Yeah. Oh, big win.
Ja.
It's coming out of the All-Star break, being challenged by your GM. That's how you start.
Yes, it's hockey time again in the city of Pittsburgh. Let go. YinzCenter's back with you. Still in the GBG, still hating on Xfinity.
As always. And ESPN.
And ESPN.
I just tried to rewatch the game. I was telling you that before we recorded. I tried to watch the game at the gym on yesterday. Couldn't do it. Local blackout. I'm like, come on. Give me something to work with here.
Yeah, big win is against one of the league's best, as you mentioned. The Winnipeg Jets came to Pittsburgh and got shut out, even with Mark Scheifele coming off of injured reserve. Still could not muster up a goal. There was an offsides play there for a brief moment.
Where Scheifele did score.
He was on the board at that point, technically, but it still counts as a shutout in the NHL books because
we'll take it.
It's a 3-0 win.
Tristan Jarry, number 1 in the league in shutouts right now.
Somehow, throughout all of this topsy-turvy season, and you had goals from Chris Letang, big Jeff Carter
on a power play,
and Brian Rust also on the same power play. Brendan Dillon with that 5-minute major.
Bullshit.
John Butchiegrass a little bit out of touch with reality and how head hits work.
Yeah, when you really only hit the guy in the head and then he goes helicoptering.
Kind of the exact type of play that they're trying to take out of the game.
Yeah, you kind of don't want to see that at all. Listen, everybody I think knows by now, I'm all for physical play. But clearly there was no intent to hit the body there.
Yeah, that was pretty directly on the head.
Yeah.
Head on, apply on the forehead.
Yeah. And now Achari's out for who knows how long. He does have a concussion that was confirmed earlier today. So, I mean, and it's Brendan Dillon again. He broke Teddy Bluger's jaw a few years ago.
Big broken jaw!
And cool, thanks for that. And so I don't know. Clearly, he's got a thing for hitting people up high. If you're giving concussions on straight headshots and breaking people's jaw, something says you might. I get it. You're 6'5", which means you're even taller on skates.
Broken jaw.
But I mean, come on. Hopefully, Noel Chari will be back soon. Maybe this will be the start of young guys coming up now and playing well.
Perhaps Sam Poulin continue to play well, and it's also a pool party in Pittsburgh too, as Jesse Puljujarvi has officially joined the team and played in his first game against Winnipeg. Just under 10 minutes of ice.
We'll take it.
It wasn't horrendous, so that's an upgrade. We'll take it. There's some upside still to be seen there. Should be interesting as we get down the stretch. We got quite the stretch here coming up as we do take the road. Heading first tomorrow evening into Minnesota to take on Team America's new general manager, Bill Guerin, and his Minnesota Wild.
Yeah, even bigger news there, I think, for everybody that maybe has not heard, though. The NHL is back in the Olympics. 2026, 2030.
Yes, he
is.
Let's
go.
So Bill Guerin's going to represent USA in Sidney Crosby's last go-around, probably at Team Canada.
I would imagine, yeah. Yeah,
or he could play in 2030.
I wouldn't be surprised. But Penguins are going to beat the Wild. Minnesota's just, I don't know, they're not it to me this year. Their goaltending hasn't been good. Maybe we see Flower.
Kirill Kaprizov has been a little bit underwhelming.
Yeah, I mean, he still has 45 points, but still. Yeah, that's nothing great.
And usually we kind of take on Minnesota pretty handedly, too. We can take them dead on.
Yeah, they're not a very deep team, and to me, they lost one of their best defensemen this past offseason in Matt Dumba. So I just don't think that they necessarily have enough on the back end to help their top. I mean, I know they have Jared Spurgeon.
Spurgeon is actually on injured reserve, but so there's a little bit more to your defensive plan. But Brock Faber has been very impressive this season. If it wasn't for Connor Bedard just being in the league, we would be looking at Brock Faber as a Calder Trophy candidate.
And he's very good, but
he stepped into playing a number one defensive role.
He played in the playoffs for them last year.
Correct.
Something like that, yeah. So down the stretch in their run and then in the playoffs. But so I mean, I'm not surprised. We're seeing that more and more with the guys that are coming out of college. They're just able to step right into the NHL and play at that high level consistently. And I mean,
I like the idea though that we win against Minnesota.
Yeah, I think that's kind of
a lot of money's being paid by the Wild to players that no longer play on their team
roster. Yeah.
And it's damaging to their forward core a little bit, and I think I'm with you. Penguins are going to win that one. Then we face Winnipeg in their barn this time around. The Winnipeg Jets are like low-key still the Atlanta Thrashers to me. Can we agree there? Can we agree there?
In what way?
The Penguins always kind of just kick their ass.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Yeah, sure. I can get behind that.
Okay, yeah. So we're going to go ahead with another win there.
And then Wednesday on TNT, is that what we're looking at next after that? On Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Sam Reinhart's massive hog returns to Pittsburgh, so we'll see how that goes again. They battled well last time. It's playing against the big team.
There'll be some less bitches about it.
And then we finish up Thursday evening. We might still discuss it a bit next week, but Chicago Blackhawks, we're probably going to lose that one because I'd like us to accumulate 5 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
because we should win it because Chicago's so ass. I don't think I know. They have like 3 or 4 people on their team that I actually know.
Yeah, so that's why they're going to beat us.
Exactly. That's why. Yeah, and Connor Bedard is not one of them at the moment because he's still out with that broken jaw.
A broken jaw. Broken jaw. Broken jaw. Cool. So yeah, I think we call about 5 points. 5 points out of this next 4 games is a fair expectation, or you think you want to?
I want all 6, but
or
in
8.
reality, is it 6?
I said 4 games, so that would be 8 points.
That's 8. Sorry, I was thinking it would just next week for Chicago. But yeah, I would say all 8 points you need because. Well, no, okay, so 6 because I can't really see us beating Florida. Or taking them to overtime again.
Okay, yeah.
Just because of the way they play. I know them and Winnipeg pretty much have the same numbers, but I don't know.
Currently, the Penguins are residing 1 point out from the Islanders for 4th place in division. So I guess that would be 5th place.
Yeah,
that would be 5th
probably,
place.
Yeah.
So 5th place.
Tied with New Jersey for that as well at 53.
With the game in hand on New Jersey, 3 games in hand on the Islanders.
That I do
4 in hand on the Philadelphia Flyers, who are sitting 5 points ahead. So
that could be big. And listen, I know I've said this the last few weeks. I really think Philly's going to drop off here soon. I really do.
See if they get
Torts has them playing well and stuff, but
they did come out of the break and beat the Florida Panthers.
Yeah, I mean, they have Winnipeg tonight. I think I just saw. Yeah, tonight they have Winnipeg. So I mean, we'll see if they can come out of the break and beat both of them in almost consecutive nights. Shit, maybe they'll turn me. I don't know.
These Torts teams seem to always battle on the road,
right,
and just be really annoying. You know, not really ever all that great, but They're just always pesky.
It's just whenever they're on the road, he always gets his teams ready to play on the road for some reason.
You're looking at the current away record as well for them, aren't you?
I had not actually, no. I was still just kind of
15, 7, and 4. So the numbers do back up the thoughts.
I for whatever reason, I don't know.
He's been doing that since Columbus.
I was gonna say, yeah, and even before that, I mean, think about it. He won a cup in Tampa.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, clearly he's been around a while, been doing this thing.
He's battling.
So I mean,
but we don't play the Flyers.
Speaking of battling, this is gonna be a battle these next 35 games or so. So I mean, yeah, all these points they're gonna be kind of big here. We'll see. I mean,
absolutely, and you got to look at that game against Chicago as a big one for just, hey, let's not blow this one, because then it still feels like last year's team if they blow that one.
So I was telling you before we got going here, Tristan Jarry right now is in the top 10 in goals against and save percentage in the league, as well as leading in shutouts. So clearly he's done a really good job over his career of being a regular season goaltender. But can he perform in the playoffs? And from what we've seen, no.
Well, this team still has to make the playoffs.
Right. The team, we got to make the playoffs to get there. And clearly he's, like I said, done a good enough job of helping. He's more or less held up his end of the bargain the last few years. It's just been, we haven't been able to put the puck in the net.
Yeah, ironically, the lowest part still of this whole team is just the goals scoring. Like, they're just not scoring goals.
Yeah, I think we're 18th in the league in goals for or something like that per game. So, I think we're tied with Buffalo or around Buffalo with
Montreal. We are tied with.
Yeah, and then Buffalo's above or below us in goals for per game.
And who has given up the least amount of goals in the Eastern Conference? Your Pittsburgh Penguins. That is who.
Really?
Yep. It is 126 at this point.
Oh, that's how many we've actually given up. Got you.
Yeah, actual goals against.
Oh, yeah. I was looking at goals for. But, I mean,
that's where you expected to be. Well, that's where you wanted us to be if you wanted to make the playoffs, right?
Right.
Kind of doing that.
And in the top 3 teams in the East right now are obviously Boston, the Rangers, and Florida. So the Rangers have a plus 22 goal differential, and then Florida has plus 30, and Boston plus 42. We are only at a plus 15, which is tied with Detroit. And Detroit has 5 more points than us. So, you need to get. You've been getting really good goaltending, but now you need your bottom 6 to help. You need Riley Smith to contribute. You need Rickard Rakell to find his game again, because he's kind of gone quiet. But I mean, if we're gonna get on anybody about going quiet, it's got to be Riley Smith at this point, because what the hell has he done since his injuries coming back? Since even before that, though.
Well, it was just his first game back from injury, and there was not much to see. There was not much to see. And before that, there was not much to see.
So, I mean, maybe, All-Star break.
The fake rumor sites on Facebook are saying that Riley Smith is going to go back to Vegas, so he's probably
cool.
not.
So what? We're gonna
retain salary, obviously.
But then we're gonna bring in Ivan Barbashev.
No, we're gonna somehow swing it with Ottawa and trade for Vladimir Tarasenko.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah. Oh, there's another.
Actually, can we trade for Evgeny Dadonov?
No, because the Edmonton Oilers are going to, for Jake Gensel, give us Philip Broberg, a prospect, and 3 picks. 1 first rounder, 1 second rounder, and a 4th rounder. According to probably some more fake rumor sites.
I don't know how accurate it is, but I saw somebody today said Frank Saravelli is saying that Nick Dowd is going to fetch a first round pick in this year's draft at the deadline. I'm sorry, what? This guy just baffles me.
That jabroni who was talking shit on Sid.
The guy who says, he wasn't at the AHL All-Star draft. He was skating on a rink in Montana. He wasn't at the All-Star draft, so he's a bad person. He actually sounds like that too.
He also looks about 65 years old.
He literally looks like a gray-haired potato.
He's got a grandpa look, and
he's younger than Sid.
Yep.
And Sid looks like he could do anything around him in circles because he could.
Jabronis.
I love when people that don't know anything about sports get jobs in talking sports. Makes perfect sense.
Well, yep, that's why we're here, huh?
I kind of know hockey. That's why I just shut up when you talk about football, because I don't know football.
It's not our job anyway. This is a hobby.
This is definitely not my job.
You don't have one, though.
That's why I said this is definitely not my job.
Could be.
It could be, but if you want a professional podcaster, please let me know.
He might show his boobies.
I have some experience. No, I will not do that for you.
It depends on how much you pay him.
Now, if we got a Patreon channel, maybe. Because then that's behind a paywall and everything.
And then you'd show your boobies.
Well, yeah, I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube and all that.
Well, I mean, they're man boobies. So it's not.
They're not really there much anymore. I mean,
yeah, they're looking pretty slim actually.
Well, this shirt is kind of big on me, and it was not big on me whenever I was big. So,
yeah.
Now that I've lost quite a bit of weight, it looks pretty decent on me. Not skin tight.
Ciao, bro.
Yeah. So
you pushed here today because it's been
did.
unseasonably warm.
It was like almost 60 degrees here today. So I was like, yeah.
In February. Where's the snow?
The bike at the gym just was not working today. I was just not having it. So I was like, you know what? It's going to be beautiful out. Might be dark whenever I leave, but I'm going to push. So
back on the protocol.
Well, no. I wouldn't say back. I wouldn't do that because it's probably going to be like 20 degrees next week. So
probably because that's how it goes up here.
Love it. So today, did you say today's date at the beginning? Anyways, today is February 8th. Did you know that in February 8th, 1966, the Penguins secured the vote for expansion draft?
Yeah, I did know that. You had informed me before this.
Well, thanks for telling me that. you could have just said no. I did not. Ass. How about on February 9th, did you know 6 new teams were introduced, obviously one of them being the Penguins? Do you know who the other 5 were?
Yes, because you also told me this beforehand.
All right, fuck you. You could have just said no. By the way, you were right. It does say here. So, LA Kings, Minnesota North Stars, which fuck Minnesota Wild. We need to bring back the North Stars because that was a cool logo. Fuck the Flyers, but they were there, and the Blues. But then it was also the Oakland Seals. So
yeah, they didn't get golden until about the 70s.
Yeah, they were not the California Golden Seals. Which what is a golden seal? Do we even know?
It's a seal that is golden, like a Greensburg Salem golden lion.
That's true.
Yeah.
Literally, I typed in golden seals on Google, and the first thing that comes up is the Seals. Like the hockey team. Look. It's such a sweet jersey.
Oh, the good old Seals. Can you name anybody that actually played on the Oakland Golden Seals?
Meloche. He was old Penguins. I think he was an old Penguins goalie, and he was also a Penguins goalie coach for a minute.
He was the goalies coach with Marc-Andre Fleury.
Yeah. I just happened to, I clicked on that picture, and the pictures below it was this. So I just kind of,
Gilles Meloche.
I just kind of figured that was probably him. I literally, as you asked that, I saw that. So I was like, boom, I do know somebody.
Can you name anybody that played for the Cleveland Barons?
Maybe not the NHL team, but Mike Rupp played for Cleveland Barons.
No, I'm talking about the NHL team only.
Let me see. I can look it up and see.
No, you just had to name one off the top of your head. Because you can't.
Dick Brewer? I don't know. I feel like they're no, those were just like the AAA teams. Never mind. Damn it, now you got me curious.
Because who actually...
Yeah, I don't
This week on YinzCenter, who actually played for the Cleveland Barons? The world may never know.
Puck Doku, if you're listening, we could use that.
No, that's cursed.
That would
do
be,
not do that.
That would be so hard.
Pretty sure they all just went to the AHL after that.
Yeah.
Hey, Puck Doku, put on the Pittsburgh Hornets sometime so I can...
It's not, it literally...
Do that.
Oh, wait, here we go. Hockey DB. Okay. I said, you want to... You know who? I can give you one.
Is it somebody I actually know?
Gilles Meloche.
Ah!
Got him!
He actually
Got
did
him.
play for the Cleveland Barons.
It's right there. That's funny. That's really... What are the chances?
I can't believe we didn't actually think about including Cleveland in our
Oh!
NHL 40-team expansion.
Well, fuck
They'll probably be the 41st team.
I can name somebody else too. That you, I mean, you probably don't know him, but you do know his son. So the dad played in the NHL and the son played in the NHL. Plays in the NHL.
I'm looking through things now, so I probably have the answer, but go ahead.
J.P. Parise, father of Zach Parise.
Oh, okay. I found Crombeen.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
His son
I think
BJ
I've used
played.
him. Yeah, I think I've used him in Puck Doku and just didn't know who he was.
Blues and Whalers.
Oh, shocker! There was a Potvin that played for them. That played for the Islanders. I feel like that was kind of a common name on the Islanders back in the 70s and 80s.
Probably the last team to actually merge with another team. Wow, there's a lot of forgettable names in here.
Yeah, that's about it.
This guy, he almost was a point per game player.
Yeah, I don't know anybody else.
All right.
There's a dude named Lyle though, so I like that. That's nice.
I don't ever want to talk about the Cleveland Barons ever again.
I mean, but if anybody looks like a Lyle, it's that guy.
Yeah, that he does.
That is 1,000% Lyle.
So if you want to go ahead and find Lyle,
Lyle Bradley. Just look up California Golden Seals or Cleveland Barons. He played for both.
that is a very forgettable player.
He played 6 NHL games, 4 for California Golden Seals, 2 for the Barons.
Yikes. We'll be thinking like in 20 years of Coyotes and
Yeah.
Thrashers like that too.
And, well, the Coyotes now are probably just going to get sold to Salt Lake City. Because I saw that the ownership group basically like one's out or something like that. Probably should have actually read the whole thing that Elliot put out, but
That'll be a shame. Poor Yotes.
yeah, well, you know, it is what it is.
Kind of can't play in a 5,000 seat arena for forever.
Yeah, and your ownership won't build a new arena.
It's probably because they don't have any money.
Let's see. It's got to be around here.
But they got a fire Twitter page, though, so that's got to count for something, right?
They do have a pretty decent Twitter account, man. Can't go wrong there. All right, I can't find it now. Oh well.
All right, and then that ends our thinking about the Cleveland Barons segment.
Dun dun.
I think someone just didn't like that one bit.
Who? Wasn't me. I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
Probably whoever is at Cleveland. Probably Lyle Bradley didn't enjoy it.
I think Lyle Bradley might be. Let me not speak out of turn here. Let me check real quick. Make sure he's still alive.
The suspense is killing me.
No, he is dead.
Oh, huh?
He
Okay.
died August 12th of 2022.
R.I.P. in peace, Lyle Bradley. I hardly knew you.
Oh, he died in Salt Lake City.
Ah, that's
Bringing it all full circle. Look at that.
Salt Lake City Barons. Ooh, maybe we could do a segment on where we attach.
Salt Lake City Golden Seals.
Ooh, we can attach
That's
all of
a
our
mouthful, but I love it. That's what she said.
Salt Lake City Golden Seals.
It's got a nice ring to it.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it one bit. You know, maybe
Can we just do it like Salt Lake City Mormon hockey team?
Ooh, Salt Lake City Mormons, Utah Mormons.
Utah.
Or they could do what I would do in like the NHL games. I would just name them after teams that already exist. So just also the Utah Jazz.
All right.
And then they'll just hire like John Stockton and Karl Malone and just a bunch of basketball guys. And then they'll be really good at basketball.
What if they named themselves like the Utah Mitt Romneys?
I don't even know.
He's a famous Mormon, apparently, according to the internet.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I feel like Mitt Romney's kind of a hot debate topic for Utah citizens.
I mean, listen, I
don't think it's a uniting force at this point.
Well, I'm just listing off famous Mormons, okay? Okay, hear me out, you know? I'm not done here.
We're going to talk about the Mormons now.
Well,
I barely know about our religion. You barely know about your religion, let alone Mormons. Whoa.
Hear me out. This one will really take it. The the Salt Lake City Paul Walkers. Imagine the fire logos they could have.
That would be rad. Now you're talking. Okay, that was worth the suspense.
Windshields, like with some fire. I mean, come on.
All right, we'll make this a series then. We'll do one team name a day, and then we'll have the YinzCenter faithful try and help us put this together.
You see the shirt I'm wearing, right?
West Virginia family. For those who aren't watching on the internet.
For those that can't see, yes, I'm wearing a West Virginia shirt today. So apparently, again, according to the internet, Gordon Gee, the president of said West Virginia. So,
whoa, you're really going into the
Salt
archives.
Lake City Gordon Gees. That has actually a pretty nice ring to it. Or the Salt Lake City Gees. Or you could just say G's.
Salt Lake City Geese.
Or if you're a comedian fan or comedy fan.
No, I'm on the team Paul Walker. Utah
with the fire.
Yeah, it could be like Ghost Rider, like Nick Cage and Ghost Rider, because it's just a flaming
it's just
skull.
Like Paul Walker's face, but it's on fire.
Yeah, pretty much. And then like they can always start off or end the games with the "See You Again." The sad Wiz song.
The ending of Fast and Furious with Wiz, yeah.
Yeah, and then they could just always have like Ludacris as their pump up like intro music. Now, all right, we might be onto something here.
They have people in power wheelchairs come out, and they're the Fast and Furious cars. They're just fucking drifting all around in their power scooters.
Ooh, disability advocacy. I dig it.
And one of them wrecks, and then the wheelchair just catches on fire.
Yeah, someone moves
And they're like, oh no, Paul!
Someone moves a tree out onto the ice.
How did that get there? Straight out the windshield.
No, I think he just got crumpled up in that. It's bad.
No, I think he went out the windshield.
He suffered a very brutal death.
Yeah.
So
we can.
All right, so if people want to vote for it, but I think that's going to be our. I think that's going to be our thing. We're going to call it the Utah or Salt Lake City Paul Walkers. Yeah, they
Fire
are.
department agrees.
They probably are going to go. They're like, oh shit, we could go save Paul Walker. No, you can't. He's been dead for a while.
Yeah, that he has. That's very accurate.
So the sirens will try and save him, but just cannot be done. So all right, that's going to be our new series and kind of keep us going through the season along as well, because we have our team, we have our cities.
I was gonna say, are we only gonna stick
Just
to
doing
Salt
one.
Lake?
We're just doing one per
We're just
week.
gonna go to Salt Lake. Okay, so just like Salt Lake, Quebec City.
Yeah, I'll go listen to the previous episode if you haven't yet, and
That's what I was.
then
getting
you
at.
can get our list.
Our
and
list
then
of expansion teams.
our expansion cities, and then we'll start building up the rest of the 40 for Gary Bettman's approval. And maybe he'll give us like $10 for the idea. Might be tough though. Maybe we'll get a Fanatic shirt that costs $5 to actually produce. Ooh, Gary Bettman's sending some more officers after us.
Yeah,
Those
he didn't
comments.
like that idea. Yeah, he wants us. We may not be here next week, guys.
No, we'll
Gary-
totally
Gary
be here.
finds out.
We'll be here. Can't
yeah.
keep me out from this series of ours now.
That's something like that. Ooh, excuse moi. Did not mean to burp in y'all's ears.
You totally did.
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. The world may never know.
You want to know what I did last night?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It was girls' night at the house, so I had to go do something else. So I, of course, went on down to my favorite place.
Badge's Bar.
Yeah.
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 And some killer food again,
Nice.
as always. It wasn't a Penguins game to watch, so that was kind of disappointing, but I did get to watch multiple sports at once, and that was nice.
Yeah, you
So
can't
that's
really go
always
wrong
nice.
there. Yeah, it's always nice.
So even if you just find a coworker there, or you just waltz in on your own, at least you always have multiple sports.
Badge's Bar.
Yeah, at.
Badge's Bar.
Thanks, Hank.
Oh, Hank, what are we gonna do?
What do you want to do? Do you want to talk about the Democrats
What do you
being
got?
evil?
No. Let's not do this. So these podcast deck questions.
Have you had any more dreams?
So did you know that when she was 22, Angelina Jolie tried to hire a hitman to kill her, but he convinced her to stay alive?
That sounds like a story I would make up to sound cool.
Yeah, right. It does.
So now,
That's
did you
something
know when
else.
I was 21 years old that I hired a hitman to kill myself, but then I actually killed him?
Cool.
I didn't make that up.
I believe you. Do you know Stephen Baldwin apparently has a Hannah Montana tattoo? The more you know.
Baldwins are weird.
Yeah.
Alec Baldwin killed somebody.
Apparently, Fran Drescher believes aliens abducted her and implanted a chip in her hand.
I can believe that. I think she's from another planet anyway. I always did think she was from another planet. Like, I knew New York is its own different world and all, but that's... The voice is from a different planet.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Are you still looking for fun facts, Nev?
I was trying to, yeah. I don't know. I don't really have anything here. Nothing really good came out in the last week or so.
I watched the Barbie movie.
I thought you said you did not attend Girls' Day.
No, that was date night, buddy.
I figured. Oh, what shall we see here? Let me see. I don't even have anything. You have any suspected trades you might think of?
Do we want to make up trades?
We could do that.
All right, we'll make up some trades. Okay, I like that. Let's who's bad? Chicago is going to. Well, there's nobody I want from Chicago. I don't think
No.
there's nobody. There's not a single player on that team I would want. They're not trading Connor Bedard, so don't even consider that an option,
Yeah.
people. Anaheim. Anaheim trades us Radko Gudas.
That's what this team needs.
We need someone to hit heavy.
This team needs a blue-collar, hard-working defenseman that just does all the right things.
I would say trade for Fleury, but I don't even want to get rid of Nedeljkovic.
No, I like him, and like I said, Jari's been pretty good this year. So
All right, so we're not even going to pretend to bring back Fleury.
no,
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, Flower, I love you, but
Vlad Tarasenko actually kind of makes sense.
no.
I mean, who are we going to get? Like, I mean, we don't really have anybody to part with for assets. We trade a 4th round pick for Nick Delorier. No, he's with the Flyers.
Let me see, cause
Calgary's selling.
that's not who I was looking at. This is who.
All right, Blake Coleman for a 3rd round pick because we're making up trades, right?
I would love that. That's a really solid third liner.
Ooh, Dylan Dubas still on the Flames roster on ESPN. Ugh. Yikes.
So what if you do? Because I'm still not entirely sold on our defense, even though our goals against and everything is good. I'm still not necessarily sold on the defense. So what if you? I have a couple of different ideas here. You get rid of. Maybe you can pawn off Riley Smith, hopefully, and maybe P.O. Joseph. Maybe he still has some trade value out there to somebody. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
But I mean, he's what, 25? I mean, to somebody like an Anaheim, who has, Cam Fowler, who's 32, Radko Gudas, who's 33. And then they got a bunch of young guys on their
Radko
line.
Gudas just signed there though, so I don't.
I'm not thinking Radko Gudas, but Ilya Lyubushkin. He has like he's a less physical kind of Radko Gudas. I mean, he plays that same kind of game where he's not really gonna get you a whole lot offensively, but he's kind of like that Brian Dumoulin where he is like a shutdown kind of a defenseman. So, and maybe like a third line or third pairing. So maybe you pair him. So you give up Riley Smith, you pair him and P.O. and I mean I would give up a third round pick for Lyubushkin and Trevor Zegras, because he's not really a center anymore. I wouldn't consider that. So I would think that he's more going to be a wing with who they have, being that they already have Mason McTavish, Leo Carlson, and a couple other younger guys. I don't see him being down the middle. They also have Cutter Gauthier. Maybe Cutter Gauthier doesn't want to be in Anaheim either. Maybe Cutter Gauthier wants to come to Pittsburgh.
I don't think you're gonna get a trade for a young prospect.
I don't think that's gonna happen now.
Probably be looking at some ugly trades. It'd be very whelming. You'd be very whelmed with the results. It'd be like getting like a Zach Bogosian.
What if you trade Jake Gensel to Anaheim?
No.
For
literally doesn't make sense for them to even acquire Jake Gensel.
Why not?
Because he's a UFA on an expiring contract. What are they going to do? Just flip him right around?
Why not?
Because then every team would see that and they'd just let them suffer with that asset for giving up at prospects.
We're just
for
making trades up here, so.
Nah, so at least be somewhat realistic in your.
But Troy Terry for Jake Gensel, I think, wouldn't be a bad trade. Especially if you listen. I kind of feel like if you could convince Jake that Anaheim's going to give him enough money, which I think they probably would.
They would all get taken away in taxes.
Okay, regardless of that.
Because the Democrats are evil.
Regardless of anything, he would. I think he would probably get a decent, probably among the top amount of money he could get in Anaheim. And if you're going strictly for money, you're not really caring if you're going to be a good playoff caliber team or not. Obviously.
How about Jeremy Lauzon
from Boston?
Oh, he's in Nashville now.
Oh, okay.
He can hammer people.
Yeah, I like that. There was somebody else in Nashville as well.
We don't need Radko Gudas. Let's get this other guy who hits a bunch instead. He's younger. Yeah. Here, Nashville, you can have Riley Smith.
I think
St. Louis might be one that could still sell off. Probably get you think they still care about Scott Perunovich?
I don't even know who that is.
I remember they were hyped up about it at one point. Yeah, we get all hyped up for that, and then it'd be someone like Marco Scandella.
So you wanted to do a third round pick for Blake Coleman?
Yeah.
What about a third round pick for Tomas Tatar?
No.
Okay.
I
don't think he was on a very good contract.
He got traded for a 5th round pick already this year.
Oh, well then yeah, no. I just happened to see his name and.
Yeah, I'd rather take a shot on I'd rather almost go with the safer 5th round pick for Marco Scandella type of deal.
Fair enough. Yeah, because you almost can't have enough good defensemen.
Yeah, and if you try and upgrade P.O. Joseph or anything,
right,
that'd be your only way to do it would be someone like that who's been around a while and not exactly Marco Scandella's biggest fan or anything like that. Don't know if he's an amazing, probably could be even on the downswing of everything, but that's realistically just kind of what I think we're looking at for this Penguins team. Probably a little bit more veteran
it's
presence
just
that's
gonna be-
hungry.
Yeah. Somebody that wants to, kind of like the Ron Hainsey acquisitions, if you will.
Yeah.
Matt Cullen. I mean, obviously, Cully had won a few cups already before he got here, but I still think that somebody like that will help. Yeah. I don't think they would trade him, but because, I mean,
Maybe they'd send us
I
Oscar
didn't-
Sundqvist too.
I didn't think that.
That would actually.
So what I didn't think was going to happen over the last week or
That'd be
so,
bad.
I did not think Todd McClellan was going to get fired in L.A. I mean, if I knew something had to give there, but I did not think that it was going to be him. So maybe you look at like acquiring maybe like Vladislav Gavrikov.
Is he? I thought he just re-signed there.
He might have, but again, I mean, this is all just kind of like I'm scrolling through and like I'm like, oh, this team might work out, and then so
I think LA still has like playoff aspirations, though. They're still in that hunt.
yeah, they're fourth in their conference division. They are 3 points behind Edmonton for third. So first and second are pretty much solidified in the Pacific because Vancouver is in first with 73 and Vegas is in second with 66 and then Edmonton at 59. So, kind of think where those are going to be. The top two anyways, just kind of going to be.
Oh. Nikita Zaitsev is a expiring contract on Chicago. Zaitsev is not a defenseman.
Okay, Don Cherry.
Yeah, like even these expiring deals, though, there's not really like it's
Yeah,
not exactly
I don't-
appealing, or they've already been traded. Unless if you're interested in Joe Edmondson, I mean, there's Marcos Scandella as an option. A lot of disappointing Maple Leafs acquisitions.
You go out and maybe try to get Eric Johnson from Buffalo.
I think maybe, but he kind of signed there too this offseason. He was a free agent and
Again,
chose
yeah.
to sign there.
Again, I just kind of like looking through.
I don't even know who Radim Semek is.
Not a clue, not a clue.
It's a shark.
1, 2. Man, Buffalo does have a lot of defensemen.
Yeah, none of them are very good.
Yeah, well,
Except Rasmus Dahlin.
Owen Power is going to be good too. He's still only 21.
I don't think Dallas is going to sell off assets. I'd take Yanni Hockenpah in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
Penguins.
definitely. Yeah, there's not really anybody that I would want.
Yanni Hockenpah would get him here. Be that third-rate defenseman.
Did you see? I was looking at St. Louis's roster. Kasperi Kapanen got fined $107,000 for DUI while in Finland last summer. Apparently,
Damn.
yeah, wild. Because in Finland they charge you based on how much you make. So whatever you make, like per year, that's how like your fine rather is going to be more based on how much you make.
Should be how it's done.
You'd think, but you know.
They'd
Tax
still
the poor.
they'd still find a way to bone us and let the rich get away with it. Because that's what happens to us.
Torrey Krug, you bring him in?
No, we already have enough of him.
Yeah, that's true.
Where's he going to play?
It's very true.
That's why I've only been naming, even in our most ridiculous trade scenarios, we're naming stay-at-home defensemen.
Well, I mean, I just like this guy's name, Matthew Kessel. I think we should get him.
Yeah.
And I feel like he'd probably end up being a 2 or 3 time Stanley Cup champion with that name.
Maybe. And people would maybe buy a bunch of his shirts.
And hot dogs.
Yeah.
He's young too. We'll see.
Cool.
A lot of trades coming up in the future for the Penguins.
Yeah. So, yeah, join us along in our new series where we remake the NHL into 40 teams.
Let's do it.
And maybe we'll keep making up more trades next week. And then we'll see if anything gets picked up as sources say. You know, Blake Coleman for a third, Yanni Hakanpää for a fourth, Oscar Sundqvist and Oscar Sundqvist for a sixth.
I know we're probably about to get out of here, but what do you do now with your fourth line? With Noel Acciari out, you obviously are going to have to slide Jeff Carter in, but like,
how do you take Jeff Carter out?
Well, but I meant in the middle. Sorry, Jeff Carter's going to obviously have to slide in the middle now, and I think that was kind of the problem that we were all running into with him last year. Was we felt like he didn't have enough speed and whatnot to be able to play the 200-foot game the way a center has to.
But he's playing fourth line minutes.
Both are very true. But I think he started to see less minutes last year as well.
I also think the team is structured enough that they can be like, hey,
That's
Jeff, take the center, and then you're going to be defensively responsible for the wing, but you're just going to take the draws.
Fair enough. We'll see. I hope. I think they'll be all right. I think it's time for some of the young guys to come in. And
I don't know if Sam Poulin going to be in that first call back yet, but we'll see. We'll see how the...
Find out tomorrow, right?
Yeah. The Penguins, again. We love the pen. Let go, pen.
Let's go.
Let go, pen. Let go, pen. Let go, pen. Let go, pen. All right, so we shall see Yinzo next week.
Yeah, we'll have one result and 3 games to talk about. I'm sorry, 4 games to talk about and 1 result.
We'll see how the Chicago game turns out, because we might still talk about that one a bit, but yeah, by the time that you get the episode anyway, like the game's going to be started. And you ain't going to probably
won't listen to it.
If you're a
before
YinzCenter listener, you're probably watching the Penguins and not instantly listening to YinzCenter. If you are, hey, all the power to you.
Absolutely. But
yeah,
can't blame me for watching Penguins over listening to us.
So
I do it every week.
Yes, you do. All right. Well, there is a lot of chaos.
Yeah, a lot of motorcycles, a lot of ambulances and firemen and
chaos.
I like it.
Chaos.
Time to go push home in the dark.
Yeah, and getting raped and
all
mugged.
Right. Well, we're out of here.
We'll see you all next week. Don't forget, for Nevin. Just kidding, Nevin. You don't have to. He's still here. All right, we shall see you all next week. And, Lego Bird.